Good evening, everyone. Good evening. It is Wednesday again, and you know what that means. That's right. It's time for Walking Leader Wednesday, and this time I'm reading from my book, the good book, Great to Follow. It's the second book in the Walking Leader series, and I thank you for stopping by. Thanks for watching. So today I'm reading rule number 3. Rule number 3 from my book, Great to Follow. I think I said that. Good deal. All right, let's dive in. Rule number 3 is expect to be held accountable. So I'm going to read from this and then we'll go into the discussion part of it. So one thing has not changed since the first shepherd hired an associate shepherd to help drive the flock. No one is going to hire you and not check up on you. See, you should expect to be held accountable 100% of the time. 100% of the time you work for someone else. See, no matter if you're making minimum wage or top dollar, you will always be watched. They are watching to make sure they're getting a return on their investment, and you are the investment. Now, they are watching to ensure that you fit in, that you can walk your talk, and do not be surprised when those that are watching you say something when you get caught doing anything wrong or not the way it is supposed to be done around here. Expect it. Expect it. Don't be surprised. Now, if no one says anything to you when you know you've done something wrong or not done it the company way, then I would be highly suspect of the organization's true intentions and leadership. So watch out there. Most organizations will hold you accountable. The sooner the better. If you expect not to be held accountable, then you truly do not expect to stay in any organization for any length of time. As a business person, I would not hire an individual who does not expect to be held accountable. In this or any economy, there is no time for waste, and not holding people accountable means that waste is not the only thing that is happening with the company. When money is difficult to make or bring in, which means one of two things is happening with the company. Someone is stealing from the company without the boss knowing about it, or worse, that individual is stealing from the company because the boss is not holding anybody accountable. Now, do not be fooled if you think if you think no one is going to hold you accountable or no one is watching. As I wrote, someone is always watching. You are hired to fill a position and to do a job, and in doing the job you expect to get paid. There is nothing wrong with being held accountable. What is wrong is that when you are paid for not doing your job and you know you're not working the job you're hired to do, once you are found out, and you will be found out, count on it, what do you think will happen? Well, what will happen will be either you get counseled, put on notice, and held to a higher level of accountability, or more than likely you'll hear those two famous magical words. You're fired. Okay, that's 3, but it's a conjunction, so it's you're fired. No one wants to hear those words. No one wants to have a boss hounding them to do the job. Then do not do what will get you in that situation, that will garner you that attention. Before you start to try to scam the system, don't. Folks, it's just that simple. It is just that simple. You're going to be held accountable. It doesn't matter who you are, at what level. Even at the CEO level, the top person still has to answer to the shareholders, and everybody down the line, because it does roll downhill. So even the frontline person still has to answer to their mid-level manager to the section manager or leader or director, and so on all the way up to the top. But ultimately up at the top, they still have to answer to the stockholders. And if they don't have stockholders, they still have to answer to their customers. And trust me, in this day and age, customers are holding organizations accountable faster than you can think or you can imagine. So don't feel that you're above it all, because you're truly not. So again, let's get back to work. Remember our role. Know what we're doing. Eyes open, ears open, mouth closed. Get to work. Learn the system. And then let's try to see what we can do to make it better. But in the meantime, again, don't forget, you're going to be held accountable every step of the way. Folks, I'm Dave Guerra. Thanks for watching. And this is Wednesday's Walking Leader Wednesday, reading from Great to Follow, the second book in my Walking Leader series. I'll talk to you next week. I'll talk to you tomorrow.